This is Debra Sweet, and you're with worldcan'twait.org.
And refusefascism.org.
That's
both.
the new one.
Yeah.
I like that one. That's catchy. It's direct and blunt.
Something we can unite on.
Exactly. Unite
Trump,
all those.
Pence regime have to go. This is a nightmare. It has to be stopped. We're calling on people to be in the streets beginning Saturday, November 4th, 4 weeks from today.
Like an Occupy thing?
Continuous, day after day, night after night protests.
Kind of like
grows and
Occupy.
grows.
Yes? No?
Maybe an encampment, may not, across the country. Let's see what happens. It needs to be like South Korea. It needs to be persistent. We refuse. These people can't stay in office one more second. They're going to destroy the world.
Okay, let's cross. Let's walk and talk. Can I help you with your bag? You all right?
Sure.
Okay. I'll help
I'm
you with
good.
this. You good? You got it?
I'm good, yeah.
Tell us why a sign about Syria. Tell us about Syria, Debra.
Well, the U.S. has been in persistent, undeclared war over 7 countries that we know of,
Right.
using targeted killing and a lot of secret operations in all of Yemen, Libya, Syria, Iraq, Afghanistan. A lot of people don't know about the Sudan.
I've been
a lot
going-
of people do not understand what's going on in Yemen.
Right.
That Saudi Arabia is in Yemen.
Yeah, I
Only
know.
because of the huge support of the U.S. supplying
I
munitions.
know. I was just going to tell you, I've been going to the Yemen vigils with Catholic Worker and the Quakers and the War Resisters League every Saturday, and doing Facebook Live and trying to talk to everybody about Yemen. Yeah, look, why?
That's excellent.
Why does nobody know about Yemen?
Well, because it's hidden behind Saudi Arabia, which is the #1 U.S. ally of every president, every administration, including the war party, the Democrats. And Sander, you got to think about that.
I know. Well, listen, I'm
War
running.
party.
I am. Yes. Listen. Now you're hitting home here, and you know, all my life I've stayed away from running for public office in the Democratic Party. However, Bernie Sanders, you know, he's not perfect, but I felt like he opened up a window in which I'm running to win. I'm running to, you know, and I know you believe in winning, and I know you believe in really changing things. So for me, I feel like this is the window that's open for me to run against Carolyn Maloney specifically, who's been a part of the cover-up and have been a part of voting for the Iraq War. And so as a peace activist, as a change agent, I feel like, you know, I've been with the Green Party all pretty much, you know, in the past for a long period of time, and it felt like that was just like a formula for loss. I'm looking for a formula for victory, and I really think we can win. People are so burnt out, Deb, that only 15,000 people voted for Maloney in the Democratic primary, so this is really winnable.
Well, I'm not going to be part of an advertisement for electoral politics being the solution to this.
I know you don't believe
Because
that. I'm not asking you to believe that.
No.
Right.
It's not whether I believe it or not, it's what's true. And what's true is both parties, being parties of a capitalist imperialist system, are keeping this structure in place. Look at the support for Saudi Arabia under Obama.
Right. This is something I'm very interested in. Look at the Saudi connection of the Saudi royal family to the 19 hijackers that pulled off 9/11.
And you could talk to Sanders about it, to Bernie Sanders about it, not Sander Hicks. Talk to Bernie Sanders.
We're
about
related.
Yemen, about Yemen.
Right? Is he?
Why-
I didn't know Bernie was talking about Yemen.
He isn't.
Oh, okay.
Anybody with a conscience ought to be. People are starving to death there.
Cholera, like
kidding me?
cholera is a disease that you can fight with drinking water that's clean. And there's a cholera.
All the U.S. interventions across the whole Middle East have caused the biggest humanitarian crisis of the century.
Carb.
In a century, you might say, but of this century.
Say it again.
All the U.S. interventions across the Middle East, from Yemen all the way up to Afghanistan, have caused the biggest humanitarian crisis of the century.
That's what the UN said. The UN said that the Yemen crisis specifically is the biggest humanitarian
if
crisis.
somebody's not talking about, what the hell are they talking about anything else for?
Yeah. Right. Right.
If you're progressive, if you have a conscience and a heart right now, you really have to be looking at what the U.S. is doing around the world, and that is very much connected to the creation of a potential fascist state here.
Absolutely. I actually am heartened by the recent polls nationwide that say that the American people want Congress to stand up to Trump. They don't trust the corporate media. And here, let me help guide you a little bit here. Good. I think you and I both know that change happens when a massive movement gets fired up, literally on fire, and people become unstoppable when they believe in this mass movement. And it seems to me that refuse fascism is a great slogan, but also I'm trying to articulate in my campaign where we want to go, articulate the positive vision of saying we're going to get so sick of all the violence and lies and cover-up that we in the future are going to become a country of peace and nonviolence. I know it seems like it's a long, long way away, but I'm here to declare that it's actually not that crazy and it's not that far away.
Well, that would take a revolution, and that's got to be on the agenda in the not too distant future. But I'm here to tell you right now, the essence of fascism is the suppression of dissent through violent means, the locking up, executing, hounding, surveillance of opponents, and this is what the Trump regime is bringing about.
Well, give me a specific. How are they imprisoning their opponents?
Not yet, but what do you think lock her up was about? This is unprecedented in modern American politics. For someone to call for the imprisonment of their opponent on political grounds, the making up of crimes.
Okay.
What was Trump doing, and does he still do at his rallies when he says, beat him up? I want to see him leaving here on stretchers. Right.
Yeah, that was scary.
Criminalized.
I see.
What's happening right now with the level of surveillance on the internet?
Right. Okay, so
all the progressive ideas about freedom on the internet are being rapidly squashed.
Okay.
And all of this is being done through executive decree, not laws.
Right.
So you being in Congress, isn't going to do anything.
Well, it's going to do something. It's got to do something. It's going to stir the pot.
It's not where things are being decided.
Well,
right now it's being done by decree.
We got to.
That is the situation that we're running into.
We got to do what we can. We got to do everything we possibly can. This is what
Come out with us 4 weeks today. We're going to start continuous protest day after day, night after night.
November 4th, November 11th. When is it? November 11th?
4th.
November 4th. I got it right the first time.
The closest Saturday to the disaster anniversary of when Trump was selected.
Oh, I get it. Great.
Come out with us. We'll unite on that. Trump, Pence have to go. This is a nightmare. People have different solutions, but the only thing that's really going to make a difference, as you just said, is the people rising up in the streets. Non-violently, politically, all kinds of people should come out with us. Children, it should be a march like this.
I'll be there.
Lots of people.
I declare it. I declare it now.
All right.
Thank you. I'll see you there. Thanks, Debra. This is Debra Sweet from...
World Can't Wait, refusefascism.org.
Exactly. Refusefascism.org. And old friend of mine. Good to see you again.